You ever wake up to a sound that just screams trouble? That was me, mid-Zoom call, hearing a chainsaw buzzing like a hornet's nest in my backyard. I'm Nathan Reed, just a guy who loves his coffee and his quiet life in a tidy neighborhood outside Asheville, North Carolina. But when I stepped outside and saw my new neighbor, Cheryl Vance, hacking at my 100-year-old white oak like it owed her money, I knew peace was off the table. She thought she could play HOA dictator and chop down my tree in broad daylight. Spoiler: she's now facing felony charges, and her own dead pine just caved in her roof. Karma's got a wicked sense of humor. This all started when Cheryl moved in 4 houses down. Day 1, she's reporting neighbors to the HOA wine chimes too loud, a garbage can visible, a basketball hoop that's been up since Obama's first term. Me? I fly under the radar. My lawn's pristine, not for the HOA, but because I care. My oak tree, this massive beauty older than my grandpa, is the heart of my yard shade in summer, home to cardinals, a living piece of history. For months, Cheryl leaves me alone. Then, that April morning, I hear that chainsaw. I bolt outside, and there she is, in my backyard, no permission, sawing into my tree like it's her personal mission. She's barely dented the trunk, but the intent's clear. "Cheryl, what the hell are you doing?" I say, trying not to lose it. She shuts off the saw, flashes a smile colder than a January wind. "Nathan, this tree's a hazard. HOA bylaw 52C bans trees over 40 feet storm risk." I blink. First, that rule's fake if you read the bylaws. Second, you're trespassing. This is my tree, my land. Get out. She laughs, like I'm the crazy one. As HOA vice president, I'm enforcing standards. This oak drops leaves on my lawn. I'm dumbfounded. Your house is 4 lots away, across the street. Leaves blow. That's life. She grips the saw tighter. I've started, so I'll finish. The board voted to remove oversized trees. News to me. I pull out my phone. Last chance, Cheryl. I'm calling the cops. Her smirk fades, but she doubles down. "You'll get a violation notice, Nathan. $600 fine, $150 daily, till that tree's gone." She stomps off, saw in hand. I'm shaking, but I don't yell, I act. I call my buddy, Lisa, a property lawyer. "Document everything," she says. "File a police report, get cameras." I snap photos of the tree's shallow cut, order security cams, and call the cops. Officers Patel and Gomez show up, inspect the damage, and nod. "Trespassing, attempted destruction of property," Patel says. "A tree this old? Could be felony level if it's valuable." They head to Cheryl's to get her story, warning me she might not stop. That afternoon, a fancy HOA letter arrives, $600 fine for my non-compliant tree, citing her fake bylaw, signed Cheryl Vance, HOA vice president. I'm livid but focused. I email the HOA board, attaching the notice and my account of Cheryl's stunt. Responses flood in's hoc, confusion. Turns out, there's no tree vote, and Cheryl's not vice president. She's just on the landscaping committee, twisting a volunteer gig into a power trip. The real president, Sarah Klein, calls me. "Nathan," she's lying. "Elections are in December. That notice is void. We're holding an emergency meeting to deal with her." I feel a spark of hope, but I'm not naive. Cheryl's not done. I call an arborist, Dr. Elena Torres, to assess the tree. She examines the cut. "Lucky she didn't go deeper," she says. "It's superficial, your oak's fine for now." Then she drops a bomb. "This white oak's over 100 years old, worth about $45,000, maybe more." My jaw drops. That makes Cheryl's stunt a potential felony. I ask for a written report for my insurance and legal files. Meanwhile, I install cameras, one aimed right at the oak. Officer Patel calls later. Cheryl claims she's vice president, says she had authority. We told her the HOA denies it. She got defensive. DA's reviewing for charges. Stay vigilant. A week later, a spring storm hits, wind howling, rain like bullets. Power's out. A tree fell on a line nearby. I drive around to check the neighborhood and spot a crowd at Cheryl's house. A dead pine in her front yard, rotten for years, has crashed through her roof, gutting half her house. Neighbors whisper, she ignored warnings to remove it. Too cheap to pay. The irony's thicker than the mud. Cheryl's out there, soaked, yelling at a firefighter. She spots me, storms over. "You did this," she screams. "You reported my tree to get even." I laugh. Can't help it. Cheryl, I didn't know your tree was dead till now. This is on you. She spins a wild tale to the crowd, claiming I trespassed and threatened her. My neighbor, Marcos, steps in. That's BS, Cheryl. Nathan's tree is nowhere near you. Others nod. It's been a menace for months. Officer Patel pulls up, sees the chaos. Cheryl rants that I orchestrated her tree's fall. He's half smiling. You saying Nathan caused the storm? She pivots, says I reported her tree. Did the city contact you? He asks. No, she admits. I clarify. I never called anyone. Our properties don't even touch. Patel tells her to focus on her house and me to head home. As I leave, Cheryl yells, this isn't over. But it's starting to feel like it is. The HOA boots Cheryl from the committee, voids her fines. The city cites her for code violations. Turns out, she reported everyone, including herself, trying to push stricter rules. Her own complaints backfired, flagging her dead pine. I'm thinking it's over, but Cheryl's got one last play. 2 weeks later, at 2 a.m., my cameras catch her sneaking into my yard with a chainsaw. She's halfway through my oak's trunk when cops alerted by a neighbor hearing the noise arrest her on the spot. Officer Patel calls at dawn. She's in custody, facing felony charges for trespassing and criminal damage. The tree's compromised city arborist says it's gotta come down. I walk out to see it, a gaping wound in my oak, branches wilting, caution tape flapping. It's not just a tree, it's my home's soul, a century of stories. I'm gutted, but neighbors show up with coffee, hugs, arborist contacts. Cheryl's charged with 2 felonies, the DA's building a case with her prior stunt. My insurance will cover removal and a new tree, and Lisa says I've got a slam-dunk civil suit for the oak's $45,000 value. Cheryl's house is still tarped. Her reputation shocks the neighborhood pariah now. I plant a new oak sapling where the old one stood, a promise to the future. The neighborhood's quieter. Kinder Sarah's HOA runs fair, no fake bylaws. Cheryl's facing trial, and I'm just trying to rebuild. Lesson learned. Set boundaries fast. Document everything. Stay calm, but firm. One Karen can't ruin your community if you've got truth and good neighbors on your side. What's your crazy neighbor story? Ever deal with a Cheryl swinging a chainsaw at your piece? Drop it in the comments. Let's hear how you stood your ground. Like if this fired you up, subscribe for more tales of fighting back, and share if you've ever saved something you love from a bully. This is Nathan Reed, saying keep your roots deep and your cameras on. Till next time.